The Turks and Caicos Reef Fund was established last year by Americans Don Stark and David Stone, both skilled underwater photographers who have been visitors and part-time residents for many years. The event, including a silent auction at the Veranda Resort, was attended by dive boat operators, resort operators, and individuals who provide financial support to the charity. They all understand the challenges to the marine environment facing these islands. There is a danger of overfishing, while the potential impact of new commercial developments onshore presents an ongoing threat to the well-being and environment balance. Stark and Stone are monitoring and scrutinizing the reef several days a week, ensuring that it is thriving and not in a state of degeneration like most other coral reefs in the Caribbean. In December last year, the TCRF staff and volunteers completed the removal, cleaning, and replacement of all the snorkel trail markers on the inshore reef on the island's north coast. They are also working on the restoration of Smith Reef and reinstating dive boat moorings on Providenciales as well as Grand Turk. The fund is also involved in the Blue Flag Bleach Certification Program, which looks at water quality. Another major project the fund is undertaking is the establishment of a lionfish fishery. The species is invasive and has been present on the reefs since 2006. Its overwhelming presence is now threatening other species of fish. The plan is to control the numbers by supplying processors and restaurants with a new food supply by engaging the local fishermen. Stark says the fund is now looking for projects that will help to educate, protect, and monitor the health of the reefs. We asked him why the proper scientific conservation of the reef was so important, especially to the well-being of future generations.
If we didn't have healthy reefs, the island itself would start to degenerate. So it's important to maintain the health of the reefs, and that's hopefully what we'll be able to do through education and the various projects that we're doing. So that the reefs remain healthy. Reefs are very important to an island like this because they protect the island from storms, from waves. If they didn't have a healthy reef out there, we'd have bigger waves crashing up on the shores here, washing away the nice, lovely beaches, and it would become less attractive for a tourist destination. One thing that we are working toward as a future project, hopefully in the not too distant future, is to start more educational programs for children in the schools locally to help begin to educate them about the importance of the reefs and what they can do to help protect the reefs and why they're important and all of those things, so we can bring up a whole new generation of Turks and Caicos Islanders who appreciate the reefs out there and are dedicated to protecting them. We haven't started that part of our work yet, but it's certainly on the agenda for us to start in the not too distant future. The reefs around the Turks and Caicos right now are in a pretty healthy state. They're probably not nearly as healthy as they were when I first started coming down here 20-some years ago. But they're in fairly good shape right now. There was a time a few years ago where, especially areas like Grace Bay, and even out in Northwest Point in West Caicos, where there was a lot of dredging going on, there was a lot of sedimentation that was starting to cover the reef. And anytime you get sedimentation, that actually smothers the coral and the coral dies. But the good news is I've been out diving in Grace Bay a couple of times now and seen nice new healthy stands of what's called staghorn coral. And staghorn coral is kind of an early indicator species of a healthy reef. So it's good to see nice new staghorn coral growth out there because I haven't seen nice healthy staghorn coral out there for quite a few years.
The Reef Fund raised $25,000 in its first year of operation. But Stark says it needs $100,000 per year in order to fulfill its role ensuring the future and well-being of the Turks and Caicos Islands' world-famous coral reef. The event raised just over $8,000. For Channel 4 News, I'm Sinclair Musgrove.